Hello, Dr. Gary Knight. Here to talk to you about fasting and spirituality. It's been my experience that when fasting for a period of time, over several years, a couple decades, over many days, not just a day or two, but prolonged fasting, 3 to 10 days, and further, what I have experienced is an increased awareness of basically everything in general. I remember fasting, I think it was 20, 30, it may have been the 40-day fast, but during that period of time, you're not eating food. You're not eating food, but I am cooking. I noticed that my creativity of food, meals, is sparked. I'm concocting different meals, how they may taste. I'm smelling the foods. I'm smelling the different aromas while cooking. I'm savoring. My mouth is watering. I'm imagining how it's gonna taste. I think that's the key. That you're not physically eating the meal, but you are engaged in partaking of the meal mentally and sensually. Not physically, but you are sensing what it's like to eat the particular foods that you're putting together, and you're thinking about what you want to put together. So, in the spiritual nature of that, the invisible aspect of that, what you cannot see and you cannot physically experience, that is what I believe is called spirituality. The feeling, the act of sensing the foods, particularly we're talking about right now, but sensing the experience, thinking of the experience, ideas and creativities coming to mind about what you would like to experience or what might be good for you to experience. The invisible aspect of living and life in general is the spiritual aspect of what we may call life. And those who profess belief in God, the creator of all things, God created everything from just his word, or this invisible force of which manifests physically. And we do that in a sense also, as our thoughts and creative thought focus on an idea and concentrate on a particular idea. And this idea is developed into a physical form. And we think of going on vacation. Not that we created the idea of vacation, but we think of vacationing, relaxation, and what we might enjoy doing by traveling and this sort of thing is the idea of vacation. And that's comprised from a spiritual awareness. So that idea then becomes manifested by buying the tickets, and the date comes with you get on the train or plane or get in the car or whatever you do, and travel to the destination that you had thought about, maybe pictured, brochures, this type and the other thing, and you're often off to the races. So in fasting, these invisible features and facets of mind and thought and creativity and invisible realm and power and energy that we don't particularly see become manifested in physical feelings, thoughts, ideas, feelings, and physical. So we do this type of thing all the time. And just thinking about what you might want to do during the day, or what you may want to do next week, or next month, or a year from now, 5 years, 10 years from now. When I wanted to go to school, learn about chiropractic, and it was an idea. I picked up a brochure and read about it, and talked about it with my brother, and talked about it with some friends, and discovering more and more about it. I realized my grandfather was a chiropractor, and learned more and more about that. And it comes to mind that when I was a kid, we would go to visit our grandfather, and he had a table in his basement, and he didn't have an office, but he practiced around the neighborhood. He helped a lot of neighbors. And where he worked in the VA hospital in Manhattan, and he was very well known for helping the veterans and for different ailments they had. So almost have come full circle in that sense. On the spiritual realm, where sometimes you're not even aware of underlying forces that propel you into your destiny. So these invisible forces is what we're talking about, and many times we can tap into that through fasting, because we decrease the physical aspect of experience and focus more on a mental, invisible realm and a creative, outside the ordinary day-to-day thinking process. So very powerful fasting and prayer. It's biblical to not if you fast, it's when you fast. Fasting and praying releases that invisible energy, that invisible power, creativity, desire, communication with the almighty powers that be, and help to align you with the energies that have helped to create you. So there's a lot that we don't know about spirituality and fasting and these type of esoteric phenomena. But I can tell you, looking back, is my brother and I would mention some experiences that we look at and say, whoa, it was a God thing. It was a God thing. It happened supernaturally. These supernatural experiences, supernatural things that would occur not by might, but by power, true power, which is the life, spirit, all true nature, underlying force and life itself. If the spirit is gone, then we say, our bodies are left behind, and our spirit energy, the feeling, the sense of one's being still is evident. And that's what we're talking about. And that's enhanced during the fasting process. Hope that helps. We'll see you in our next lesson.